You should visit a railway that has a beautiful waterfall, a beautiful cliff, and a beautiful countryside. Then you might find 3 engines. Their names are Duke, Stuart and Falcon, who start puffing down the track. Into the tunnel he goes. It's Duke. Hello, Duke. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mid-Sodor Railway. The Mid-Sodor Railway, Episode 2. Crimson shows off. Duke had just returned from the works. He had now got a tender, which now made him more boastful than ever. And this made Crimson very angry. "Oi," said Crimson one day. "Why do you have to get a shining tender when I have to be stuck with a bonker and you having to show off each and every day?" said Crimson. But Duke took no notice. "You're just jealous because you don't have a tender," said Duke, and he ran away laughing. "I'll show him," said Crimson. Crimson had finally decided to play, so he went off to go and get his coaches. The coaches were old but kind coaches. The coaches liked Crimson, but not Duke. They found Duke to be so cruel to them. "You better not be paying the coaches out today," said Crimson. "But you're taking them out today." "Ha ha," laughed Duke. "Oh, you can laugh, you can talk, I must say," said Crimson. "I'm the odd one out, not having a tender." And then Crimson backed down to the coaches, coupled up, gave out a few peeps, and was on his way. But just before he could leave, he had thought of a plan that could make Duke cross. The plan was to stop right before he crashed into Duke. But his plan wouldn't go exactly to plan. He soon left with the coaches, but then there was going to be trouble. Crimson went into one of the tunnels. It would be the same tunnel that Falcon would have to go through in the future. Crimson came, but the tracks were set to a bridge that was going to be built, but it was never going to be built as the tracks would be too bumpy. This would be the same track Falcon would go onto. Then there was trouble. Crimson came onto the track and almost derailed. "Help," he said. His wheels were hanging off the rails. He tried to back up, but with the coaches he couldn't. "Help," he said. And this had taught him a lesson. "Help! Help!" A person in that same cottage Falcon was close by rang the yards. Well, the sheds. To send for Duke. Duke was asked, but he was furious. "I will not go and help that old engine," he said. "You've got to," said his driver. Duke accepted it. So we went to the mountain road. But he didn't think it was the best idea to go and save Crimson. He soon arrived. "Help," said Crimson. Duke didn't want to help, but he thought what would have happened if he didn't help. "I'm so sorry, I'll come and help you," said Duke. He soon coupled up and pulled and pulled. Since he was a tender engine now, he could pull and pull for as long as he needed. He pulled and pulled Crimson off the rails until he was back on the correct rails. "There you go," said Duke. Crimson and the coaches were shocked. You actually helped me," said Crimson. "Thank you," said Crimson. "I know my actions were wrong," said Duke. "Now how about I take you to the sheds?" "Sounds a plan," said Crimson. So Duke took Crimson to the sheds. And Duke took Crimson's passenger train. That night, the controller came to Crimson and Duke. "You've done very well today, Duke. You've proven to be a really useful engine. Crimson, I'm not very pleased with how you've worked. So you were going to go to the works, but once you come back, you will have a day off work." This saddened Crimson, but his smile quickly came back. "But as Crimson's out of order, I've ordered a tank engine. He'll screen with a cab. He may not look quite right to you, but he will do wonders. I'd like you to meet the new engine." "Oh, sir, just before we meet him," said Duke, "can we have his name?" "He doesn't have a name, and he doesn't have a number. He's only referred to as the green engine. But anyways, meet the green engine." Just then, a bright green engine that looks similar to Stuart. Well, the engines really didn't like how he's got his cab. They think he would have looked better cabless. But they didn't let that bother him, and they just had a chat to each other for a bit. They had been up all night chattering until it was time for the engine to take Crimson to the works. And he took Crimson to the works. The works were at the brand new transfer yards. But anyways, he still wanted to go and do the job. And then he came back. He then came back to see Duke again. "So how's the repairs going?" said Duke. "Oh, I didn't stay there long enough to see the repairs," said the engine. "You know, there was a king on this railway on Sodor once. His name was King Jim. is he was the king of just before King Godred. But would you like to be called Jim? Named after King Jim, said Duke. The green engine wasn't shock, but he accepted it. Yes, please, said the engine. Jim it is, said Duke. Jim was now a happy green engine. Jim would have some bolder trouble, but that will have to wait till next time. Thanks to Thomas 1, Ep2, Henry 3 for the remake of Diesel's theme.